Pemirsa, Anda masih bersama kami di Newsline. Indonesia dan Australia merayakan 75 tahun hubungan diplomatiknya. Nah, salah satu hal yang bisa mempererat hubungan antar kedua negara adalah melalui kuliner.
Rekan Iqbal Himawan mengajak Brand Draper, juara MasterChef Australia 2023 untuk mencicipi kuliner legendaris dan unik di Indonesia. Berikut liputan selengkapnya untuk Anda.
I'm now with Chef Brand Draper, the winner of MasterChef Australia 2023, which been here for almost a week, right?
Yeah, 8 days. Yep. So
8 days, more than a week, 8 days, joining the Australian Embassy in Jakarta's Taste of Australia, which celebrates the 75th year anniversary diplomatic relations between Indonesia and Australia. So this time, I'm going to take you to one. This is a very special place. Usually Indonesian have noodles for breakfast. I don't know about what in Australia, but here
no, definitely not. No,
Definitely not,
that's
right?
one thing that I love. As soon as I get to Indonesia, I've been here a lot, Bali. All the rules for Australian breakfast is out the window. We eat noodles and rice. Beautiful.
Okay.
All right.
So the specialty here is Mas. Yang paling special bakmi lurus ya. Bakmi lurus, they have noodles here.
Yep.
And some kind of noodles, they minced chicken with
Yep.
chicken broth. Are you interested?
Yes,
You want to
definitely.
taste one?
Yes, for sure.
Dua ya mas? Meminta dua bakmi lurusnya. Okay, so you've been not only in Jakarta but also in Surabaya. You've tasted a lot of different food.
Yep.
You're cooking together with local chefs.
Yep.
So how do you describe Indonesian food, Brad?
Look, it's really surprised me because it's they're food from all different regions, especially Jakarta. I found it's a melting pot of all different regions, different foods. So the spices are different. Surabaya found the food to be quite spicy.
Yeah.
And then back down here, you've got this sort of noodles and broth, and then the sweets, like the small snack sweets. Indonesia are the best. I think they're great. Klepon.
Klepon, yeah.
Klepon, that's probably one of the favourite things I've eaten here. I love the texture and the sweetness. And then in Surabaya, I got to taste, is it Rawan?
Rawon.
Rawon.
Yeah, with a dark
Yes, yeah.
broth, right?
Dark broth, yeah. And I went to this famous Rawon Setan.
Rawon setan. That means devil.
Devil, yes, yeah. So I got to go there and experience that, and that was just a different taste. And I never tasted anything like that, never in Australia. But it was beautiful. It was delicious. It was like the dark, broth, and
You've never seen that before.
Never seen that before. Never.
So, that's what's interesting about we have a lot of provinces here in Indonesia, and each provinces have their own distinctive foods.
Exactly, yeah.
So you don't have any favorite? Because you like them all.
Oh, look, I just love them all. I love them all. Look, no, I love spice. So, coming here, it's great because the Indonesians, when they sort of give me something, the chefs have been like, oh, just be careful, very hot, very spicy.
Yeah.
And then I know that I'm like, I love the spice, it's all good. But yeah, I love the little snack desserts that are always, they're so pretty, and they're sweet, and then there's savoury ones. I think it's great.
It's rich in flavors.
Rich in flavour.
1 week definitely not enough bread.
1 week is definitely not. You know what? 1 week working is not enough. Come back again for a holiday, and then we'll be right.
All right, and not only tasting, of course, you also have experience in working together with a local chef.
Yeah.
So, have you ever tried to cook Indonesian food by yourself before coming here? And how does it feel like cooking Indonesian food?
Yeah. So Indonesia has actually been a big, for my food journey, it was a big key in that. I came 14 years ago to Bali, my first time, and I fell in love with the spice and the sambals and the way they cook fish, and I took all that with me back home and then tried, to source our similar ingredients because we couldn't get all of them. Oh, we can get most of them. And then I started cooking like that. I bought Indonesian cookbooks. So, you know, Indonesia has played a big role in my food journey. So we'll have nasi goreng or mie goreng once a week at home for dinner. You know, we should be having it for breakfast because that's what we do when we come here. We always do it. But yeah, you know, even now that I've got to hang out with some local chefs, and they've taught me different ways of cooking and you know, dishes I've never tasted before. I'll be able to take that home and then, you know, play around with it again.
And maybe it's hard to find some spices.
Yeah.
Specific spices.
Yeah, it is. It is very hard to find some spices. It's very hard to also come here and not be able to buy them and sneak them home, you know. So that's all I wanted to do.
That's very tough restrictions.
I know.
You might get caught in the airport.
We'll have rules, but you know. Yeah, but we have similar ones. We you know, especially where I come from in Australia, you know, this beautiful weather. Today's a beautiful day here in Jakarta. We have very similar weather, so we can grow similar ingredients, but you know, there's just some that you can just never get. So
just like rawon.
Just like rawon. Yeah, well, there you go. There's one. There's one. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you know, Indonesia and Australia, as you said, have very distinctive food and flavors. But are there any similarities between each country's dishes? If there's, you talk about difference, but is there any similarities?
Look, I think
This is multicultural, right?
that's right. Yeah, Australia's come a long way in the last 10 years, purely because, you know, the different people coming in from all over the world. In Indonesia, in particular, we're talking before how many Indonesians live in Australia now, and with that, they bring their sort of style of cooking, and then it sort of mixes with the old Australian cuisine and gets spicier, and you know, people start to really enjoy that, you know, spice and that curry and the nasi and all that sort of stuff. So Australia's very lucky in that we sort of have a lot of that, not just Indonesian, but you know, Middle Eastern and Thai, and just all these flavors coming, and then we just take them up and, you know, call them our own. So because we don't really have a cuisine in particular, we're very lucky that we just get to share the world's food.
Okay, so it's more to differences, a lot of differences.
A lot of difference, yeah. I've got the dishes that I grew up eating, and you know, like, it's very bland, very boring. Meat and vegetables.
Yeah.
You know, there's no spice in it. My mum would never have put in a chili in her cooking, but now all around Australia, you know, during the midweek dinners, there would be nasi goreng for dinner or mie goreng. You know, I love to cook. One of the dishes I did on MasterChef was bebek, crispy duck with the sambal, and I won that challenge. So thank you, Indonesia, for that, for inspiring me. But yeah, you'll find it more and more often in Australia.
And it's interesting that you make such a fusion cuisine. I heard that you cook in Surabaya. Here we go.
Oh, here we go. Wow, that looks amazing.
So this one is noodles, and usually Indonesian also eat it for breakfast.
Yes.
It's a heavy food when you have it for breakfast.
I know.
What do you think about it? What about in Australia?
I am all for that. I love a noodle or a rice dish for breakfast. In Australia, we would never have noodles. But you know what? I should go back and change it. I should go back to Australia and say,
some of your friends were going to be interested. Okay, I think let's try.
Yeah, let's try.
Okay, so what did you gain? What did you get from your experiences interacting with Indonesian people? You're interacting with students, with local chefs. What did you get?
I found their willingness, the students in particular, their willingness to want to learn, their willingness to, you know, want to really do well, learn, you know, whether it's hotel management or cooking. You know, they were dialed in, and they, you know, I was speaking English. They probably couldn't understand half of it, but they were there to like learn. They were just, eyes were glued on whatever I was cooking, and their willingness to learn about Australian produce as well. So, you know, I think Australia and Indonesia have an amazing relationship, and you know, I hope that a few of those students get the chance to travel to Australia and maybe study over there as well. I met a lot of chefs that, you know, have done their study in Australia and then have come back and opened up restaurants here. So yeah, I would love to see, you know, or hear stories of those students that are maybe inspired to go over to Australia, learn cooking or hotel management there, and then come back and open up their own restaurant.
I think I'm going to eat them all very fast. Dan minggu nanti saya dan Chef Brand akan kembali lagi, namun di tempat lain yang tentunya tidak kalah menarik. Sekarang kami akan menikmati bakmi ini terlebih dahulu. Kami akan kembali, tetaplah di Metro TV. Alright, Brent, I'm going to take you to some place that's originally went viral here. It's called Uma Oma. Uma is a house, and Oma is a grandma. I think there's a grandma over there. I think we should say hi. Oma, apa kabar Oma? Teman saya, Brent. So this is one of the grandmothers that live here. It's Oma Wasinah namanya ya. Oma Wasinah. So Oma Wasinah, all together with another 3 grandmothers, were here to serve the food and also to greet the people that come to this restaurant. What do you think about the concept?
Yeah, it's a great concept. It feels homely.
Yeah,
Feels very
so,
like home.
kayak di rumah Oma sendiri katanya. Kayak di rumah nenek. Oma saya ke atas ya. I think you should try the restaurant.
Very busy.
It's very busy because it's lunchtime, Brent. Okay, Brent, so this is how they serve the food over there, and this is the sitting arrangements. Usually the grandmothers, serve the food. Like you can see, there are a lot of different kind of food. That's the specialties from this place. Like squid ink. Yeah, see that's how they serve it. What's your impression, Brent?
Oh, it's just like full of colour. I love the concept. I love, it feels very homely now.
Is there anything that you recognized from all the food here?
All the food.
Recognized already, or this is new?
This is quite new. There's one thing there I do recognise, the fried banana. I've had a lot of that since I've been in Indonesia. I really love that. But no, it looks so tasty. It looks vibrant. I'm excited to eat this.
Simply and so colorful, right?
Yes.
And also with the grandma that greets us.
I know. It's. I feel at home. I feel like I'm at home.
Oh yeah, it's like in your grandma's house.
It does.
Yeah. So we're going to wait for the food.
Yeah,
And
I'm excited.
This is here we go.
Here we go.
Oma.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you.
So there's one of the grandmother that works here that serve the food.
Thank you.
Oma, terima kasih ya.
Terima kasih.
Yeah. So this is the. Terima kasih Oma. Terima kasih. So
Oh, she's
Interesting,
so
right?
sweet. Yeah.
what's your impression?
Oh, it's. I think it's so cute. Like she's treated us so lovely. I don't know how she walks up and down the stairs.
She's one of a kind, yeah.
Yeah.
She's actually 78 years old.
78 years in the stairs. I struggle to walk up the stairs.
Yeah,
It's very impressive.
Yeah. So these are one of their special dish here. This one is a tongue.
I'm done.
Tongue.
Yep.
I believe we have it too in Australia,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
But they cook it with a coconut. I don't know what you call it, coconut, and then that fried. And
Yep.
this is potatoes,
Yep.
rice, of course, and also beware with the sambal
Yep.
because it's hot and spicy.
Yep.
And this one is black ink squid. This is another squid, but this one is cooked with the ink that comes from the squid itself.
And you were saying that that one is quite famous dish here.
It's quite famous dish.
Yeah.
It comes from East Java.
East Java.
It's usually more spicy, and you can see this one, like the chili.
Yeah.
It's already spicy, but they add more spice.
There's a lot of chili there. I can see there's nearly more chili than squid.
Yeah, that's how we eat food here. The more spicy,
The better.
the more they enjoy it.
Let's try
this.
Oh, I'm so excited for this.
I think you should try this as well.
Alright, I'm gonna try this squid first.
And I want to know what you think. What do you think?
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
A little bit of spice. I obviously didn't need any of the chili, but it's delicious.
It's delicious,
Something
yeah?
else. This will be crunchy.
That's a deep fried. It's
So
good,
yum.
yeah?
So good. I love that. I love it.
It doesn't take time for you to enjoy the flavor. Okay. Let's try the tongue.
Yeah.
We already have it in Australia, but they cook it in a different way, Indonesian way.
It's good. It's quite it's not a strong flavour. I thought it was going to be strong flavour.
Yeah.
It's really, really nice, tender.
And also, now you try the sambal.
Try sambal.
Let's see.
Is that good amount? We'll go that
I
much.
think you should not eat the only sambal, but with.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's better. This is how spicy for you.
Good.
It's good, really?
Yeah. I told you before, I like spice.
Talk about 75 years of diplomatic relations between Indonesia and Australia. We have a lot of similarities, but also differences as well. In terms of food and culinary diplomacy, how do you see the cuisine can affect people-to-people relationship between two countries?
Yeah, look, I think we sort of both really help each other out, and we really want to help wider education to Indonesians that are coming over, studying in our universities, or even coming over here and going to local Indonesian universities. I was getting to see what they're learning, how they're learning. And then us, we get to, take these beautiful things, like I will take this back now with me, this memory of this moment, and cook it in my house. So there's a beautiful sort of, interaction with our cuisines, and 75 years of relationships that's starting to show on our tables at dinner times, and also it's showing through, I went to a few chefs' kitchens here. They've opened up restaurants, and they're Australian alumni chefs. So they've studied in Sydney, they've studied in Melbourne. They've brought that way of their culinary learnings from Australia. They brought it back to Indonesia, and they're cooking back, with their Indonesian food in a different way. So it's like this beautiful marriage of experiences and learning from you guys coming to Australia, and it's just I think it's really beautiful.
Do you have what's on your mind? Will there be effective if there's some kind of routines event, whether it's monthly or annual cuisine event between both countries? Maybe put
I think that it could only help. It could only make the friendship stronger, and the more I think we learn, in particular, the more Australians learn about what I've experienced here, not just Bali. Like, we all know Bali quite well, but also these amazing regions here in Java, and then so many more islands. What is there? Thousands of islands.
Sumatra.
There's so many. Learning this, I think, is very important. So anything we can get food in together, I think is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing as well. We're going to enjoy the coffee. Terima kasih, Oma.
Thank you. Thank you.
Terima kasih. Thank you.
I can see how it went viral, this place, this beautiful Oma coming up. And
That's the next question I want to ask you. You interact with a lot of the Indonesian people, with the local chef, and
Yeah.
also interact with, Indonesian people just like usual.
yeah.
What's your thought on, their personality, their characters
Yep.
as Indonesian?
Oh, look, since I got off the plane in Indonesia 8 days ago, I've been welcomed everywhere I go. But what I really have noticed is the pride you guys have for, your food and where it comes from. And, there's always, everywhere I go, someone's like, oh, you should try this from this, or, you should try this, you gotta try it. So, and I love that.
Ya pemirsa, dan itu sekaligus mengakhiri perbincangan kami MetroTV dengan pemenang MasterChef Australia tahun 2023, Brand Driver Brand. Thank you so much
Thank you for having me.
for joining our program. Dan sedikit banyak kita sudah bisa mendapatkan gambaran bagaimana diplomasi melalui makanan ini bisa dilakukan untuk mempererat hubungan antar kedua negara yang sekarang sudah memasuki 75 tahun anniversary between Australia and Indonesia. Saya Iqbal Gunawan, kembali ke studio. So in this original place, it's more spicy, it's more savory.
Yeah.
Gam, jadi itu gastrodiplomasi ya. Kalau dari kuliner ternyata juga bisa memperbaiki dan semakin erat hubungan kedua negara. Ngomong itu baminya kayak enak ya.
Jadi memang makanan ini bisa menyatukan semuanya ya. Dan kalau dilihat tadi juga waitressnya itu oma-oma ya. Jadi memanfaatkan pekerja-pekerja yang sudah berumur masih bisa produktif usianya. Jadi nggak cuma di rumah doang.
Ini jadi salah satu inovasi. Nah, ini ada gambarnya di belakang. Jadi memang pemirsa, ini adalah salah satu lokasi kuliner di Indonesia, di Jakarta yang unik, dan ini juga menarik ya, tidak hanya untuk warga negara asing saja, untuk kita berdua juga menarik.
Jadi kita bisa nyoba mungkin ya pekan ini.
Kalau begitu nanti kita akan coba bakmi afannya. Nanti pemirsa, Newsline masih akan kembali untuk Anda usai jeda. Jangan kemana-mana, tetaplah bersama kami.
Jelajahi cara baru mendapatkan informasi. Download MetroTV Extend sekarang.